to Easy 3 Sport Production. I'm your host, Suttles, and today we're going to preview the game between the New York Football Giants and the Washington Football Team. Let's get it. New York Giants are facing off against the Washington Football Team Thursday Night Football. I am actually going to be at that game. I am super excited, but it's got to be a quick turnaround since we had that embarrassing loss against the Denver Broncos. Now, the Washington Football Team, they also lost last week. They lost to the Chargers, but they also lost Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now, I don't want Giant fans to really get all happy and everything, happy and go lucky, because we're going to be facing Taylor Heinicke. Taylor Heinicke is no joke. I'm not saying that he's, a Pro Bowl type quarterback, but he's a quarterback that can come in here and can win the game. And we seen what he did in the playoff game against the Bucs. He played pretty damn good. They ended up losing anyway, but we can't sleep on him. And the performance that we put up against Denver, we should not be sleeping on nobody whatsoever. Now, I do have confidence in this team. I do have confidence in the Giants, and the only reason why is because we are playing the Washington Football Team. Now, Daniel Jones, in his career, he's 4-0 against the Washington team. He just feels comfortable going up against them. I have no idea what it is. I guess he just feels like Washington is his friend, and he just feels extremely comfortable playing them because he always tears them to shreds every time he plays them, ending up being undefeated against them. Now, last week, Danny played pretty well. He didn't play terrible, but that fumble really did set the game back and really did put the stamp on it where the Broncos was going to win. But at the end of the day, the defense really just couldn't get off the field, and that's what we need to do. We need to get off the field on third down. We need to get off the field on fourth downs, because if not, this is going to be a very long season. That defense is what we're supposed to be holding our hats on, and if they can't get off the field, then it's going to be the same song, same dance every single week. Defense can't get off. Offense don't get no plays. The other team controls the possession of the clock, and we're going to end up losing. That's just a recipe for disaster. Now, the Washington team, their defense, Justin Herbert really did look. He didn't look bad, but he didn't look good between it. I mean, Washington, they're really just getting their defense going, and that's what they're holding their hats on too. Not really scared of the offense. Taylor Heinicke, he can be a problem, but you really just have to put some type of pressure, make him move out the pocket, and not moving to the right as one I was seeing that we was doing with Teddy Bridgewater. Every time Teddy Bridgewater scrambled, he scrambled out to his right. So he was able to run and or he was able to pass. And majority of the time, he was making great plays just by passing. Force him to the opposite side. Force him to the left side and make him do a crossbody throw and or just run. Those are the small types of techniques that the Giants are going to need to execute if we want to win this game. Now, on offense, I pray, and I hope that Saquon Barkley has a better mental game than he did last week, because clearly he was not mentally ready to get onto the field, and you've seen that. He looked extremely scared. He was running behind his blockers. He did more of the Le'Veon Bell type of runs, and he wasn't being Saquon. Now, I don't know if that was the coach, or I don't know if he just wasn't mentally ready to play. But he looked real scared behind that offensive line. I believe that Kenny Golladay is going to get featured a little bit more in this game. A lot of people was up in arms. He really didn't get featured throughout the whole game. He got some garbage time type catches and things of that nature. But you just need to slow down, Giants Nation, because when it comes to the wide receiver position, mind you, Kenny and Danny hasn't really gotten that connection, because Kenny got injured, didn't play throughout the preseason. Kenny Golladay also said in the press conference, don't be surprised if this offense starts off slow. So take that as how it is. Kadarius Toney wasn't in throughout the whole preseason. Saquon Barkley clearly wasn't mentally ready to go. So Evan Ingram also got injured. So we was really counting on Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton. And what we're coming to find out right now is that Darius Slayton, his hands are just for decoration, because at the end of the day, he's dropping everything. He dropped 3 balls in the Broncos game. He only had really 1 big catch. But between him and Ingram, they just have stones for hands. Now, Sterling Shepard, he did his thing last week. But at the end of the day, Danny, you need not to turn the ball over. Now, I am not one of these people that are expecting 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. No. Because I see how Jason Garrett's offense is. It seems like he really didn't change anything. He threw a little, he just threw just a little spice in there. But other than that, it's the same old Jason Garrett offense. So I'm not expecting that much from Daniel Jones. I'm expecting around 250, 275 passing yards, a touchdown, 2 touchdowns. All you have to do is just protect the ball. Do not turn the ball over. And especially don't turn the ball over in opportune times when you can clearly get the momentum and bring your team back. And or if we have the momentum, you can take your team forward. Do not turn the ball over in those situations. That's all I'm asking from Danny. Now, I'm actually going to be able to get a close-up look. As I said earlier, I will be at that game. I'm going to be there with my man Rod Fife and my man D-Lo. Y'all seen him on the live stream before. Now, I really want to see, opposed to being on the TV screen, see exactly the progressions and everything that Daniel Jones is going through. Because one thing that did hinder me, I seen that Daniel Jones was staring down his receivers again. And we seen that at the beginning of last year, and I was understandable. I understood it because I was like, he doesn't know the playbook or anything. But this year, it's no excuses. You should not be staring down receivers, and that's why guys are jumping the route. He's staring down the receiver, and he's just locking on and just letting it rip to that one person. He has to be able to go through his progressions. And as I said in my last video, I will not be one of these people who will judge Daniel Jones all the way throughout the season. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to judge Daniel Jones from week 1 to week 9. And that is the gap of where I can tell if he's going to be that guy. Now, I believe in him, but I've also seen so many things that can really hinder this team and really gives this team limitations. So I got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And by week 9, I definitely will know. Unless I see something crazy just making me just, all right, I'm done, then I'll be done. But at the end of the day, Danny, don't turn the ball over. Offense, y'all have to move the ball against this Washington team and keep them on the field. Defense, you just have to play better. Simple as that. You just have to play better. Get off the field on 3rd down and let your offense take over from there. Now, this is going to pain me to say. Now, even though Giants fan going to the game, I really do hope and pray that they win, but I don't have them winning this game. I do not have them winning this game simply because Danny is 4-0 against the Washington team. Washington is due for a win. Like, they're just due for a win. And I think this will be the opportune time for them to get that win. They'll rally behind Taylor Heineke. That defense will probably really show up to win. They're at home on a short week. The Giants coming off a terrible loss. Their confidence is low. I don't believe that we're going to go in there and win. Now, I do believe it's going to be a close game. It's going to be like a 1-score game because, of course, this is a divisional game.